Alright guys, so today I'm going to start working on the Subaru. Pretty much what I'm doing in this video, I don't know how I'm going to split it up quite yet, but I think this video is just going to be bushings, maybe some disassembly, but so far the car is not disassembled yet. I've just been working on the bushing, or the control arms that I got from a Legacy, so my car is still running right now, or I mean driving, it's always been running, but let me show you what I got going right now. Alright, so here's the control arm, and here's my messy setup that I got going here. But basically, need to press these bushings out so I get the new bushings in. Here's the finished arm, but I haven't put the bushings in yet. But I got those out, and then just put like just one coat of black paint just to make it look somewhat newer. But that's the finished piece. We'll put bushings in that later. But right now I need to get the bushings out of this guy. So I'm going to show you how I found the best way for me. The best way is hydraulic press, but I don't have one, so I'm going to show you from what I can tell, the best way without a hydraulic press. Alright, so for this technique you're going to need a propane torch or a MAP gas torch, anything like that. I'm not going to be actually burning the rubber itself, I'm just going to be melting it. You're also going to need a old hacksaw blade that you don't mind throwing out after this because it's going to get rubber on it. But yeah, and then just either a chisel or a screwdriver. Also something you don't mind getting all nasty because all this stuff is gross. And a hammer. Miscellaneous other tools and stuff like that. But basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up this inside metal sleeve, and it's going to boil the rubber. And the last time I did this, the sleeve kind of just shot out, so it might do that again, it might not, but I'm going to heat that up. And pretty much the goal with this is to get this inner sleeve out so that you have room to fit the hacksaw blade in there, and then cut into like the rubber a little bit so you got like a little section where you can see the outside metal sleeve. Let's see. So yeah, do you see that outside metal sleeve? And then with the hacksaw we're going to cut a slit into the metal sleeve on one side, and if that works, good. Then if it doesn't work, then I'm going to cut it on the opposite side and then try to tap it out with the screwdriver. So let's get started on that. Alright, so right now it's just kind of burning a little bit. I'm just gonna wait for it to put itself out, but as you could tell by the video, it just kind of shot out and then landed over there. I had to move my extension cord before it got burnt, and then threw it in that bucket right there. Right, so now that the core is out, this is what we got. It'll focus in. So it's kind of just charred rubber. I scraped off some of the stuff from the outside. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut like a V-shaped in with the hacksaw blade in the rubber so I can see the clear space, and then I'm going to start cutting right there. You can see that there's a space now, it's flat, no rubber. That's where I'm going to start cutting away into the sleeve. See, there you go. There's a slit right there. So I cut the hacksaw in. If you cut into the actual arm, it's not that big of a deal, just as long as it's a nick. You don't want to cut through it completely. Alright, so I stopped filming so I could work on this, but pretty much the goal of this is to find an edge that's sticking past and hammer the shell inward until it pops out. So I'm not going to film this, I'm just going to come back when it's done, because pretty much all you're going to be watching is me struggling for like 30 minutes. So I'll be back when this is done. Alright, so I got the sleeve out. One thing I noticed is that this side it like hung up, so I put the hacksaw back in to like cut through it some more. Sorry, the lighting is really awful out here. So that one cut all the way through, but if you go to the other side, it didn't cut all the way through. And you can see where it stopped like folding over. So looks like I just need to focus on cutting all the way through. I just don't want to cut into this this outside very much. I didn't really on this go around, but you can see right up there, there's just a little nick in there. I think that's alright, so I'm just going to focus on cutting all the way through, and then we should be ready to go. I'm going to work on that other one now. Alright guys, so I got the control arm bushings put in. These two-piece bushings are pretty easy to put in. I didn't even have to use a press. I just pushed them in, and then this inner sleeve, I put some of the grease they include on the inside of the bushings, and then I used not a hydraulic press, but my bench vise to just like press it through. You could probably use a hammer if you don't have a bench vise, but painted and sorry, the lighting's bad. Painted and the bushings are pressed in, so those are ready to go in. Got the other one done as well. The lighting's really bad in here. And then let's see. So then I got the alignment control arms set to length. This is just the factory length right now, but that's a good starting point. I got the rest of my bushings that I need to put in, the trailing arm, and then of course the coilovers. So now that I have all that stuff ready to go in, we can start taking apart the car. Alright guys, so this is Future Sam. It's raining today, so I'm getting caught up on all my videos that I didn't edit yet. So right now you've seen that the video ended with the bushings. I'm going to continue it on the next video. We're going to do the disassembly and the rest of the stuff. So stay tuned for that video. It'll be coming out shortly. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. And here's your little low light sneak peek shot.